Hello, everyone. Welcome to another lesson at English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine. So, Marco, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about a popular topic all over the world, and that is smoking.
Well, not so popular in the States right now, to be honest.
Well, that's the thing. In every country in the world now, they are becoming more strict on smoking and where you can smoke. So it's becoming very difficult for smokers nowadays.
Well, it's a good reason to want to quit.
And that's what we're going to be talking about today is quitting smoking.
Well, before we get going, we do have a really important phrase that we should preview in today's vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
All right, so on vocabulary preview, we're going to take a look at this word, pack of smokes.
Pack of smokes.
A
So smokes is a word for cigarettes. It's the same thing, smokes or cigarettes.
Right, but a pack is, like 20 cigarettes.
It's a box of cigarettes. You buy them in a pack. You don't just buy one at a time. So again, the phrase is
Pack of smokes. So why don't we listen to our dialogue for the first time and see what's going on with this smoker.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed you were going to quit smoking.
No. I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month, and now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
Sorry, I just smoked a pack of cigarettes.
You do smoke, don't you?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right, so it is a little bit extreme, though. He's divorcing her because she won't quit.
Well, some people really are health conscious and are afraid of the negative side of smoking, which has a lot of health side effects.
Yeah. Well, as he was complaining about all the negative effects and the negative aspects of smoking, he did mention, both of them mentioned a lot of great words and phrases. So why don't we take a look at them now in Language Takeaway?
Language takeaway.
Well, this first word is a word that's very important for any smoker who goes to a bar or a restaurant and needs to put the ash somewhere, right? So when you smoke, there's some ash, there's some messy, dirty stuff, and you need an ashtray to collect it.
An ashtray.
So an ashtray is something that's usually round or square, and you put it on a table, and it's just very helpful to keep the house clean or restaurant clean. So if you're in a restaurant, you say, hey, can I have an ashtray, please?
Mm-hmm. So the residue or the stuff that when you're smoking, it comes out the gray, I don't know, like dust. It's called ash.
Right. And this is a tray. But the complaint here is, it smells like an ashtray in here. That means it smells really, really bad in here.
Yeah, it smells like cigarettes.
Yeah, so that word again is
ashtray. All right. Well, and the guy was complaining and he said, well, I thought you were going to quit smoking. And she said, no. I said I was going to cut down.
She says it's very different from quitting smoking. So, Marco, maybe we should talk about how cutting down and quitting are different.
All right. So if I say I'm going to cut down on smoking, it's just I'm going to smoke less.
Okay, so let's take an example. I smoke 10 cigarettes a day, but I want to cut down. How many should I smoke later? Maybe
like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Instead of quitting. So if you quit smoking, that would mean 0.
0 cigarettes. Mm-hmm. No smoking anymore.
Right.
All right. So you can also cut down on carbs, like carbohydrates. So some people who cut down on carbs eat less bread. They don't eat any pasta. So these are really good ways of trying to talk about dieting as well as smoking.
Right. And I think we have a couple of examples of other ways we can use this phrase cut down. So let's listen to them now.
Example 1.
Our company has decided to cut down our workload, so from now on, we leave at 3 p.m. every Friday.
Example 2.
You should really cut down on the amount of salt you eat. It's not good for you.
Example 3.
My doctor told me I need to cut down on fatty foods because of my heart condition.
And when you want to smoke a cigarette, you have to do something first with some fire. So we call this
to light up.
So lighting up, it doesn't mean turning on the light.
No.
It actually means using a lighter or some fire to start your cigarette.
Right. So you want to light up with the lighter, matches, or some sort of fire.
The husband says, it's not like you can just light up like before. That means it's not like you can just smoke like before. So
Right.
in some cases, light up means to smoke a cigarette. We're in a movie theater and someone lights a cigarette. And I say, oh, you can't light up in here.
Right. So you can't smoke in here.
You can't smoke in
It's
here.
another way of saying smoking. Very good. And she was explaining, how difficult it is, and she's trying to quit, but she said, I don't have the willpower to just quit.
Ooh, willpower. So this is an important word.
Willpower.
Willpower. You think of the main part of this word is will. That means the desire to do something. You want to do something.
So if I have willpower, I have strong willpower, what am I saying?
You're saying that you can make a decision and you can follow your decision. So I decide not to eat cake. I have very strong willpower, so I never eat cake.
Vocabulary
If I don't
preview.
have strong willpower, maybe I sometimes
cake.
secretly eat cake in the middle of the night from my refrigerator.
So that happens, right? Sometimes you don't have strong enough willpower, so you eat a little bit of cake. Nobody's watching.
Exactly. And you can have willpower about lots of different things. So this is a great word, again, to use when you're talking about dieting or smoking or drinking.
Any type of maybe temptation.
Exactly.
All right. And well, she said she had this urge to reach for her pack of smokes.
Ooh, urge is another good one. And it's very similar to willpower, but an urge is kind of like a physical feeling that makes you want to do something.
So you have like this strong desire.
So I have the urge to go swimming today. I don't know why, but I really want to.
All right. You have an urge. Interesting word.
Pregnant women often have these kinds of things too. I have the urge to do something. We also call them cravings.
Oh, cravings or urge to do something. All right, interesting. So we've taken a look at these 5 great words, and I think we should listen to our dialogue again. We're going to slow it down just a little bit, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed that you were going to quit smoking.
No, I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month, and now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
And we are back. So we have a great part of our show where we like to talk about some phrases that help you attain fluency. That means sounding like a native speaker of English. And today's phrases are wonderful.
All right, so let's take a look at them now in Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
So on Fluency Builder today, let's take a look at 2 different phrases, and let's start with the first one. She mentioned something about going cold turkey overnight. What is that phrase, cold turkey?
Now, this is a very strange phrase. Okay, so first of all, why would a turkey be cold? They have lots of feathers. And second of all, what does it have to do with cigarettes?
Right, so if I say I'm going cold turkey, what is that?
So just take this as a phrase. Don't think about the actual words because they won't make sense in this context. What we're talking about is quitting smoking entirely. You're not going to cut down. It means today, I'm not going to smoke at all, and I'm never going to smoke again. That means never will I smoke another cigarette. So it's cold turkey.
So if I go cold turkey means I stop doing something immediately and suddenly and
Entirely.
all right.
So you can use this phrase for different habits, different things that you do, like drinking, for example, or cutting down on sugar. But generally, we just say this about cigarettes.
So it's mostly related to smoking.
Yeah. So
Going cold turkey.
some people like to smoke less, 1 cigarette a day or 1 cigarette a week. But going cold turkey is supposed to be the hardest.
Right. Okay. Going cold turkey. All right. And well, he was explaining the different negative aspects of smoking. He said, well, they spend a fortune on cigarettes every month. And he said, laws are cracking down. So if the laws are cracking down, what is he trying to say there?
Well, this is actually a very interesting point because in America right now, it's very hard to smoke in public places. So this means that the government is trying to stop people from smoking. So they say, no more smoking in public places, no more smoking in restaurants, no more smoking in bars. And so this means they're cracking down. They're making it harder to do something.
So they are becoming more strict. I think for this phrase, we should listen to a couple of more examples just to make sure we understand it.
Example 1.
The police are cracking down on drunk driving in our city.
Example 2.
Our school has really started to crack down on tardiness.
Example 3.
The president has passed a law that will crack down on possession of illegal substances.
All right, so the government is cracking down. Laws are cracking down.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an important one because you read this in the newspapers as well about certain laws and police action.
All right, great. So I think it's time for us to listen to this dialogue for one last time, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about this vice.
It smells like an ashtray in here.
Hi, honey. What's wrong? Why do you have that look on your face?
What's wrong? I thought we agreed you were going to quit smoking.
No. I said I was going to cut down, which is very different. You can't just expect me to go cold turkey overnight.
Look, there are other ways to quit. You can try the nicotine patch or nicotine chewing gum. We spend a fortune on cigarettes every month, and now laws are cracking down and not allowing smoking in any public place. It's not like you can just light up like before.
I know. I really am trying, but I don't have the willpower to just quit. I can't fight with the urge to reach for my pack of smokes in the morning with coffee or after lunch. Please understand.
Fine, I want a divorce.
So do you have a problem with this vice, as you call it? Are you a smoker?
I'm really not. I'm the type of person that could maybe smoke socially if we go out to a bar with drinks. A social smoker, like they call it, right?
I'm jealous.
But not really. You're a habitual smoker, right?
Right. Well, I'm trying to cut down. So as a habitual smoker, I often smoked every day. Sometimes I smoked a lot and sometimes I smoke less. But right now I'm in a period where I'm mostly quit.
Almost.
Yeah, well, I haven't smoked in a while. And when I do, it's just one cigarette.
Now, it is interesting because we mentioned laws are cracking down on where you can smoke, but also taxes and cigarettes are becoming much more expensive, right?
Absolutely. Especially where I'm from in Chicago, it's easy to spend maybe $10 US or $12 US
On a pack of cigarettes. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And you have people that can't help smoking 1 or 2 packs a day.
Yeah.
So how much is that a month? It's just an amazing amount of money.
Thousands of dollars. Well, and I have to say, though, a lot of my friends who used to smoke in America have quit. So this is maybe working.
The whole thing of making cigarettes more
Taxing.
expensive.
Yeah, making them
Vocabulary
much more
preview.
expensive.
Now, another interesting thing, and what I was reading recently, is that those warnings that come on cigarette packs that says smoking causes cancer, actually a study has proven that it's not effective, that people don't mind it or even worry about the cautions on the cigarette packages.
Well, as a smoker, I could say that, yeah, you generally, if you're going to smoke a cigarette, don't look at the label that much. You just, you throw it in your bag and you forget about it.
But it's actually gotten to the point where people choose the cigarette pack based on the picture. So it's like, oh yeah, give me the one with the black lungs, or give me that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's interesting. So it's not really working. I guess we're going to have to find other ways to make people more conscious about this vice.
We should.
But come to our website at englishpod.com. Tell us what you think.
Second paragraph in the dialogue.
Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to be focusing on something we all love,
Yeah.
music. But we're not just going to be listening to music.
Right.
We're going to be talking all about musical genres
Yes.
and, what makes them special and unique and exciting.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool because, we use genres to organize, all sorts of stuff,
Right.
movies and books and
Exactly.
video games.
You wouldn't want, an action movie to turn into a rom-com.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so genres really help set those expectations
So-
about what we're about to experience.
Before we get into specifics, though, let's have a little vocabulary game inspired by some of our research materials.
Okay?
Are you ready?
Yes.
What does genre actually mean?
Oh, genre. It comes from French.
Oh la la.
And it means, category or type.
Okay.
It's just a way of grouping things that have similar characteristics.
Okay, so in music, a genre is like a family tree
Yeah.
with all these different branches
Yes.
that represent, all these unique styles.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus round. Some musical genres are actually acronyms.
Ooh.
Do you know what an acronym is?
An acronym is a word formed from the first letters of a phrase,
That's right.
like NASA,
Yeah.
National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Exactly. Okay, so for example, R&B is an acronym.
Okay.
Can you guess what it stands for?
Ooh, I don't know.
Don't worry, we'll get to it later.
Okay.
First up, let's start with a genre that's known for, heartfelt lyrics and a real distinct twang.
Ooh.
Country music.
Yes, country music has deep roots in the southern United States.
Oh, yeah?
And it's often characterized by its focus on like vocals and storytelling.
Yeah.
Usually accompanied by instruments like guitars, banjos, and fiddles.
I used to think that country music was all about heartbreak and pickup trucks.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, I've been listening to a lot of artists like Sturgill Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
And, he kind of blends those traditional country sounds with like a modern indie vibe, which has really expanded my idea of what country can be.
Yeah, and that's what's so great about exploring different genres.
Yeah.
You can challenge those preconceived notions and discover all these hidden gems.
Right.
Speaking of soulful vocals.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on to R&B.
Ah, yes, R&B, the genre that gets you up and grooving.
Yeah.
Remember that acronym we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, R&B stands for rhythm and blues.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all about blending elements of jazz and rhythm and drums.
Uh-huh.
Of course, those soulful vocals, like John Legend,
Oh, yeah.
with his smooth vocals and beautiful piano melodies,
Perfect example.
really captures the essence of modern R&B.
Yeah, but R&B also has this rich history.
Yeah.
Evolving over decades and incorporating elements of soul and funk and pop.
Wow.
It's constantly evolving.
It's like a chameleon,
Yeah.
always adapting and changing.
Yeah.
Now get ready to crank up the volume because we're moving on to metal,
Oh, boy.
the genre known for its intensity and power.
Yes, metal is a genre that often gets a bad rep, no pun intended. People might think it's just noise,
Yeah.
but it's actually incredibly diverse and complex.
Really?
Yeah, it encompasses this wide range of subgenres from like the soaring vocals of power metal to the haunting melodies of gothic metal.
I'll admit metal is not my usual go-to genre.
Yeah.
I'm more of a head bopping on the subway kind of listener,
Okay.
not really a head banging at a concert type.
Yeah.
But I can definitely appreciate the energy and the musical skill,
Yeah.
that goes into creating those intricate guitar riffs and thunderous drums.
You might be surprised to learn that metal, despite its aggressive
Dialogue.
reputation, often explores these complex themes of mythology, history, and social commentary.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, if you're curious to explore the world of metal, I recommend starting with a band like Nightwish.
Okay.
They blend symphonic elements with metal,
Nice.
creating this truly epic sound.
I'm adding them to my to-listen list. For our final genre spotlight, let's turn our attention to a genre that has become a global phenomenon.
Okay.
Hip-hop.
Yes, hip-hop emerged from the vibrant streets of New York in the late 1970s
Okay.
and has since evolved into this cultural force influencing fashion and art and language.
Wow.
It's characterized by its rhythmic beats, often created through sampling,
Yeah.
and spoken word lyrics known as rapping.
I remember reading about how early hip-hop DJs would slow down vinyl records to create these unique beats.
Oh, yeah.
Super creative with limited technology.
Absolutely. And hip-hop continues to push boundaries,
Yeah.
constantly evolving and blending with other genres. It's a genre that thrives on innovation and experimentation.
What's the key difference between hip-hop and rap?
Oh, that's a good question.
They seem pretty intertwined.
They are closely connected.
Okay.
Hip-hop is actually an umbrella term that encompasses various elements, including rapping, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti art.
Wow.
It's a culture,
Yeah.
a lifestyle. Rap, on the other hand, specifically refers to the vocal style of rhythmic and rhyming speech.
So artists like Kendrick Lamar and Cardi B
Yeah.
would fall into the rap category,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also part of the broader hip-hop culture.
Precisely.
Okay.
And within rap, you have even more subgenres like trap and gangster rap,
Wow.
each with its own unique sound and lyrical themes.
It's like a musical universe within a universe.
Exactly.
We've covered a lot of ground exploring these different genres.
We have.
But now I want to shift gears a bit and talk about how music impacts our mood.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, it's incredible how music can just instantly shift our mood.
Yeah.
Whether we're feeling happy or sad or
Other
anything in
example.
between. There's a song out there that can totally resonate with how we're feeling.
Totally. I have, specific songs that I'll turn to when I need to pick me up or when I'm feeling nostalgic,
And there's a scientific reason for that.
Really.
Yeah, when we listen to music that we enjoy, our brain releases dopamine. A neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward.
Wow.
It's the same chemical reaction we experience when we eat chocolate or achieve a goal.
So it's like music is giving our brain a little treat.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like a sonic reward.
and it's not just anecdotal either, right?
Right.
There's been actual research showing that listening to music has like tangible health benefits,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like reducing stress and even improving cardiovascular health.
Absolutely. Music therapists use music to help patients cope with pain, anxiety, and even cognitive challenges.
It's so fascinating how something as simple as listening to a song
Yeah.
can have such a profound impact on our well-being.
It really is powerful.
It makes you wonder if doctors should start prescribing playlists along with medication.
That's a good idea.
Speaking of the power of music,
Yeah.
I've always been intrigued by the idea of playing classical music to babies in the womb.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on the whole baby Mozart phenomenon?
Yeah, that's a topic that's generated a lot of debate. While some studies suggest that early exposure to music, including classical music, might have some cognitive benefits for infants,
Okay.
the evidence is still a little inconclusive.
Okay.
It's more about creating a stimulating environment for the baby
Yeah.
rather than turning them into a musical prodigy overnight.
Right. It's about nurturing a love of music rather than trying to force genius.
Exactly.
But it does make you think about how our musical preferences are shaped by our experiences, even from a very young age.
It really does.
Speaking of shaping preferences,
Yeah.
the music industry itself has gone through some massive transformations in recent years, especially with the rise of the internet and digital streaming.
Oh, yeah. It's been a revolutionary shift.
Totally. We've gone from vinyl records and cassette tapes to a world where we have millions of songs at our fingertips through streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music.
It's incredible.
It's amazing. But with this massive influx of music,
Yeah.
there's also this debate about whether the quality of music has improved or declined over time.
That's a tough one.
What's your take on that?
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
Yeah.
Some argue that modern music lacks the lyrical depth and musical complexity of earlier eras.
Okay.
Others contend that the internet has democratized music production, giving
Vocabulary
rise to a
preview.
wider range of voices and styles.
I can see both sides of the argument.
Yeah.
On one hand, you have the nostalgia factor
Right.
and a certain craftsmanship associated with older music.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, the accessibility of music production tools has empowered a new generation of artists to experiment and push creative boundaries.
Exactly. It's not necessarily about better or worse.
Yeah.
It's about different. The definition of good music is subjective and constantly evolving.
Yeah, it's like comparing apples and oranges.
Totally.
They're both fruit,
Yeah.
but they offer different flavors and textures.
Right.
Ultimately, it comes down to personal preference.
Absolutely.
What resonates with one person might not appeal to another.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's the beauty of it.
And that's what makes music so fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deeply personal and subjective experience.
It really is.
But what's undeniable is that music has this power to connect us, evoke emotions, and shape our understanding of the world.
I completely agree.
Speaking of connecting,
Yeah.
I'd love to hear from our listeners.
Me too.
What are some of your favorite genres or artists?
Yeah.
What music moves you, inspires you, or just makes you want to get up and dance?
Yeah, it's really cool to think about, how music can bring people together, even if they have different tastes.
Absolutely.
There's something out there for everyone.
I agree. And, discovering new music is like opening a door to a whole new world of experiences and ideas.
It can challenge your perspectives, introduce you to different cultures.
Totally.
It's one of the most rewarding things about music.
Yeah,
Its ability to broaden our horizons,
so true.
foster a sense of curiosity. It's a constant journey, of exploration and discovery.
Speaking of journeys,
Yeah.
our deep dive into the world of music is coming to an end. But before we sign off, I want to circle back to something we talked about earlier.
Okay.
The impact of music on our well-being.
Yeah.
We talked about how music can trigger dopamine release
Right.
and create a sense of pleasure.
Yeah.
But it goes even deeper than that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Music can be incredibly therapeutic.
Yeah.
It can help us process emotions, cope with stress, and even find solace during difficult times.
It's like a sonic companion,
It is.
that understands our joys and sorrows.
It really is.
I remember reading about a study where listening to music helped reduce anxiety in hospital patients.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing how something as simple as a melody
Yeah.
can have such a powerful effect on our mental and physical state.
Music therapists use this principle to help patients with a wide range of conditions, from, depression and PTSD to autism and dementia.
Wow.
It's really a testament to the healing power of music.
It makes you realize that music is more than just entertainment. You know,
Yeah.
it's a fundamental part of the human experience.
For sure.
It's been with us since the dawn of time,
Mhm.
and it continues to evolve and adapt alongside us.
I agree.
Well, as we conclude this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to encourage you to embrace the power of music in your own life.
Yes.
Listen with intention, explore new genres, and let the music move you.
You might be surprised by what you discover.
Don't forget to keep sharing your favorite genres and artists with us on social media.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
We love hearing what you're listening to and expanding our own musical horizons.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep those musical vibes flowing.